Yes.
Kudos.
No,
we are
making it look. But look at it. This same game you're talking about. This same game you're talking about. Last season. Last season.
Yeah. Let's start. I mean, we've already started talking about Mbappé so much as well. So which one do we go first with? Is it the PSG without Mbappé or Real Madrid with Mbappé?
I like PSG without Mbappé because it follows up from what I said when we wanted to start the season. In our review of other leagues, and I mentioned that Mbappé leaving might be a blessing in disguise because nobody is playing out to Mbappé. They have, as far as I'm concerned, there will be more goal scorers this season, and we are seeing that. First game they won 4-0, now they won 6-0. 4 different goal scorers. Pacola only scored 2. Then we had Hakimi, Asensio. Dembele will come in games, and they will expect goals across board because nobody is playing as sole target man. Everybody believes they can score goals. They are playing more for themselves. That might benefit them actually, to my own understanding. And we are seeing that everybody is putting in effort, and I think they look good again.
But you know that if whether Mbappé is there or not, for the Paris Saint-Germain side, they will still win that league because if you look at a lot of the teams, they will still win it. If you look at the quality, they are still going to be because there is no team that has that level of quality of players as much as PSG does. You look at player for player, especially let's look at the forward line. Talk about Asensio, you talk about how Bakola is even getting better as the day goes by, or we talk about the
Liga
so it's been Dembele, it's all there. No, but come on, let's still call him now. He still scored at least. I think he hit double digits like figures last season, so he's still a good one. So I just think the quality in that squad is still good. The only difference now is like there's no much like it's too much stories into star boy this or star boy not. So everyone is not trying to be.
They're already having stories though.
No, like what I mean is, normally as PSG had scored 6 yesterday, Mbappé would have had
penalties. The coach wants Vitinha to play penalties. The attacking player said, "What's the meaning of that?"
At the end,
why will midfielder be playing penalties
at the end
when they need the goals more? So trust me, there's already
but at the
drama.
end, the coaches would always take the superior.
Yeah, but if the players are unhappy about that decision,
but
this penalty thing, it's not the first time it has happened.
Yeah, we've seen that in Chelsea, and they're able to go through. Even appear, yes, Mbappé and then Cavani,
Neymar.
They'll get over it.
And if you are scoring goals normally from open play, you can't be angry about a penalty.
But I'm going to say something. I feel like everybody's getting carried away by PSG again. I've seen a lot of talk on social media already about how see what they are without Mbappé.
No, in the French Ligue 1, they'll still be a powerhouse.
Yeah, of course.
But where we are not sure of them is
one thing I want to say
Champions
is just
League.
that PSG are traditionally good starters. When Gautier came, can you remember that they were like for the first 8 weeks or something? They were wiping everybody, and everybody was like, "Oh, see, this is why Poch had to be sacked because look at Gautier now." At the end of the day, how did that end? When Tuchel came, his first season, they started the season very well. His first 2 seasons, they started very, very well as well. And Emery's second season, they were on fire. So
that Tuchel season
they always was
quite good for them, even getting to the Champions League.
Whether they start well or not, the bottom line is that they are in a very peculiar situation. They lost their most influential player.
And they are still scoring.
So, but does it change your standpoint earlier when you said PSG are not favourites? Based on,
not that are not favorites. I said they won't win.
They won't win. Okay.
Yeah.
So
they are still favorites.
Has your opinion changed on that? After
no, hell no.
Okay, so they still won't win.
No, they are not going to win.
They'll win.
I think
for me, they'll win that title.
I think
they will. They will defend it.
But we'll come back again.
Monaco also won their 2 games.
Maybe game week
Lille won their 2 games.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But let's go away from.
Let's go to Madrid. Let's talk about Madrid.
Let's talk about Madrid now. Let's go to Madrid with Mbappé. So now PSG have scored 10 goals in 2 games. And Madrid have scored
4 goals in 2 games.
forget that you guys won 3-0. Me, that goal game was the one. Was
It was
the
a
one
1-0.
to me.
It was a
I don't know
1-0
that.
game.
Which one is
Don't
forget?
say,
Please go and check. Check it. Our
It was a 1-0.
viewers, check it.
Calm down.
How did the game end?
Calm
3-0.
down.
Which
It
one
was
is?
a
And even
3-0.
one of our newest baby, Hendrik. You see that? You see that? So,
Just calm down first.
I would
I'll
like
tell
calm
you why
down.
that
Say
is.
it's
I'll tell you
3-0.
why
Which
that
one
is.
is?
Okay, it's a 3-0 win.
Thank
but
you.
In retrospect, on closer look, was it because that game
They struggled a lot. They struggled a
There were
lot.
phases where you guys struggled a lot. You see
Same struggles against Mallorca.
You see that the problem now is when the ball gets to Vinicius. Oh, what do I do? What do I do? Do I pass to Mbappé? Do I try to go on my own? There's lots of thinking going on around, and I don't know if the absence of Bellingham. I don't think he played any part in it.
It's not Bellingham.
If Bellingham was there, I don't see anything different that would have happened. So I believe Ancelotti is a tactician. I don't know how he's going to sort this, but I can tell you this for free. If he does not sort this, one of both players will suffer. Vinicius or Mbappé will suffer. And my take is on Mbappé being the one to suffer.
Because it's one.
But if you look
pressure.
at the team, let's not forget. I will still say it's still early days. This is the second game of the match day, and then one thing that was really important is to get a win. Because you look at that game, that draw against Mallorca, a lot of uproar about it. People really complain that Madrid is supposed to have that firepower. But then I will still say one big figure I've looked at that we're missing has to be that Toni Kroos. But then the team has
That's
to
the
still find a
obvious
way.
problem.
Because you look at how he creates spaces for other players. He's able to drag the play. He also has that good vision.
But most importantly, is a controller.
Yes, that's why you know how
And if you don't have that-
he dictates the tempo of the game, and that's
Yeah.
why when Madrid wants to win, if you have a Toni Kroos, all you need to maybe bring in Luka Modric, and you've sealed everything. But then it's still early, and the team is trying to go through it.
Superstar squad like Real Madrid.
No,
Nothing good can happen.
it's not without Kroos, but then there is a player that always complements the team. You talk about the Man City, you talk about when Kevin De Bruyne is there, you know how you can complement that team. But I feel for Madrid, they are still going to find a way through it. Yes, the problem is finding a way for these players to click together, which is difficult. The main problem we know that Mbappe is not a number 9. And that wing that he's playing is not his comfortable position. So you imagine what something you are so used to for many years and you're trying to change it. There will surely be the early struggles, but he had his chances. And you can also and you can also talk about good goalkeeping in the side of that's for what's the, I can't remember the name of the goalkeeper. Yes, that's also the
you know who he is. You know who he is. Should I give you more info?
Yeah, I'm trying to but then it's not it's Lennon.
So
but before I get there, I'm just saying that you could see that he had chances. He could have gotten a goal in that game, but then it did not work out for him. So I'm just saying for Madrid, the most important thing is to kickstart that win, and then you see other players also flourishing. At least we saw that good goal from Valverde, also having that. I think another good one from Hendrik for him to have scored as a sub. And Diaz, even when players are coming off from the bench, they are still able to impute in that team. And I think that is one important thing that Carlo Ancelotti has been able to do. And I feel going forward, it will surely get better.
I feel like Carlo taking off Mbappe when he did. I don't think he should have taken off Mbappe, but I think he did it because he didn't want Vinicius to feel some type of way. Because he took off Vinicius
was
in
really
the last
out of
game.
it. Yeah.
And then took him off again, and Mbappe was still on the pitch, and it was almost like, what's going on here now?
You might
like
play into Vinny's psychology.
Yeah, but I think that their problem is that midfield.
Yes, once
it's not working.
Get it right.
It's not working. They don't know when to slow the game down.
And it doesn't do us any good for the fact that Bellingham too is out injured, because it doesn't do us any good.
They need a player like Pepelu.
away from the Real Madrid and their struggles.
We are not struggling. 3-0. We are not struggling. Please, Madrid is not struggling. We are not struggling. 4 points is just
You've already dropped 2
something that we're going to cover up in note.
If you don't have 6 from 6, you are struggling.
No,
Like
the
that.
Lion doesn't get bothered just by one small slip.
Of course.
Come on.
Of course, the Lion, but you are not the Lion right now.
We are the Lion. Who is
You are still a
defending?
cheater for now.
Is a
Must be
lie.
nice having
Who
points.
Who is defending? Who is
Must be really
defending
nice having
champion?
points.
Who is the
Seeing your
defending
football club
champion?
game points must be nice. Because I
Beg.
cannot relate.
Ironically, let's move on to it's like today is all about struggling. let's move on to another side that struggled as well. It was the opening day of the Bundesliga, and all eyes were on Vincent Kompany as the new Bayern manager. Oh, are they going to impress on his debut? What's it going to look like? And the game ended up with a 3-2 victory against Wolfsburg. It was not the straightforward, game that we expected. And I don't know if any of you actually saw that game.
No, I was in transit at the time, but I was following it.
Yes.
But
if you look at that result, I think firstly we have to give kudos to Vincent Kompany to have started his managerial career with a win.
Sorry, kudos.
Yes. Kudos.
No, we are making it look.
Wolfsburg is not.
But look at it. This same game you're talking about. This same game you're talking about. Last season, when Bayern played this game away at Wolfsburg, it ended 2-1 in favor of that's Bayern. It's not like it's a stroll in the park.
Yeah,
it's not like they did it easily in the other time.
It's not supposed to be a stroll in the
park.
But it is the manner. If you watch the game, you know that the second half, Wolfsburg were completely the better side. They could have won that game easily 5-3.
I have to ask a question.
I
have to ask a question. After Aston Villa.
Thank you.
What team was looking like they could score 5?
Because if you're looking at what covered was the victory, right?
The
victory covered it all.
This is not a Premier League.
No, but if you are being critical like that, then you have to remember.
That's the spirit of champions.
Because it's too
when you are not playing well, to be able to come out to win.
Game, their defense was out of sorts. It makes you think that selling the lead was a terrible decision. Although in their defense, they have Dia that will come back and replace Kane, because that guy, I don't know what he's doing with Pamecano. The combination was not really good. And if you are following the German media a lot, there are now question marks over Thomas Müller. He didn't start Thomas Müller, and Thomas Müller has been like one of their best players in preseason.
He's a grandpa. He should go and rest.
But it's just first game of the season. What are they all?
That's Bayern.
I know it's Bayern.
So what I'm saying is that the early indications were that if they were playing a slightly more efficient side, they would have lost that game.
But it's still early days.
It was terrible. It's still early days too, but I don't know. Olise did not look good as well. He had to be taken off.
But I want to ask a question. The guys that they are competing with, are they not always on the verge of losing matches every week?
That thing they will stop. In our last episode, when myself and I became sports here, we discussed it and we agreed that thing is not sustainable.
It's not sustainable.
It will end at some point.
And they're still doing it again this new season.
They've already done it twice. Two matches.
It will end. It's not a sustainable way to play.
If not for that Vitz rebound, it would have ended in a draw because he missed the penalty, even not for the rebound.
To be fair, just like you mentioned, Wolfsburg and Bayern traditionally we always know
that's what I'm saying. It's not an easy thing
but like
against Freiburg, I think they'll do well.
We'll give a better judgment of Bayern in the company's first home game.
That's against Freiburg.
Yeah, so let's wait and see how that will go. And I'm very excited to see Bayern. I want them to win personally, but if they don't,
I want them to win this league for the sake of Harry Kane. It's so important to me.
For what sake?
For the sake of Harry Kane.
But yeah, I think
I need them to win. He deserves it. He deserves it.
Gods of football, whatever he has done to offend you guys,
they should just forgive him.
As a long-time Bayern hater, since
this guy is always hating good thing. You're always hating good thing. What is it? That's why your club
I'm a professional hater,
bro.
That's the only thing that gives me joy. Since my club cannot win matches, 0 points from 6. What do you expect me to do if not hate? But as a professional Bayern hater, a veteran Bayern hater, shit, I go reject them. I have honor.
2019.
We have honor. We have honor in my club. We will not accept such dead trophies.
But let's talk about, we are talking about expectations from the Kompany and Bayern. Let's switch over to another side with big expectations as well, and that's in the form of Diego Simeone's Atletico. There's loads of expectation on them when you consider how much they backed Simeone this summer. Like literally, there is no excuse. Remember our last episode,
but no be today,
with our special guest IBK Sport, and he made a very bold statement saying, if Atletico do not win a trophy this season, they should fire Simeone.
They cannot fire Simeone.
They cannot fire him. It's Simeone that will go. It's Simeone that will say, I want to leave.
Do you agree with that? Do you agree with that line of
no.
Okay, why not?
No, because see, we have to. First of all, Simeone is too big a coach. Yeah, but this is not the first time he's been back. Remember when they signed 120 million Felix?
Yes, Felix.
Remember when they signed Jackson Martinez and all those guys? They've always spent money. That's the thing with Atletico. They actually do spend money, but nobody really. And Simeone is higher paid than almost everybody. Basically everybody, yeah. So, but Simeone is on his own. He's a god in Atletico. How many clubs do you know where the manager will say, this 120 million guy, I don't want him, and they will send him out on loan twice? A 120 million player, like it just doesn't happen. They will say you must play him.
You must make him work.
Yeah, so that's. But Simeone is that powerful, and if you go to Atletico, you cannot even fight with Simeone. You are going out. That's how powerful he is, and they understand his value. The truth is that what Simeone has done at that club, it's unheard of.
It's unheard
of. For where he took them from. Atletico were a joke in the 2000s. Like, okay, yes, every now and then they will have this wonderful
before
season.
The 2000, they won title in 1996.
And then they got relegated in like 99, 2000 or so. So the thing is, they were a joke for years. Yeah. Like, they were flat to deceive, even with all the players they had. And Simeone came in and led them to, first of all, the Europa League, then won the guy has won 2 Europa League titles.
Yeah, it's also
he has gone to 2 CL finals.
2 La Liga titles.
He has won 2 La Liga titles, especially at the peak of Messi and Ronaldo. He did it. That kind of manager, you don't tell the manager to go. He's the one that decides when he leaves. And what are Atletico's expectations really to win the league? We know that league is always Real Madrid, Barcelona. No matter what you spend as Atletico Madrid, you should just compete.
That should not be the case anymore.
Why not? You are expected to compete, and that's it.
To be fair, I don't see
but with the signings,
but they are Barcelona.
But with the signings they've made, I think it's to tell Simeone as well that we are looking.
He's always competing for the league.
I mean, a perfect example is like 10 years ago, before City made their investment and not, they were not in discussions. Now, at the start of every season, there are 3 major foreigners when you go to the Premier League, City, Arsenal, Liverpool.
Yeah.
By now, we should not be talking about just Barca, Madrid again.
Atletico are expected to compete
themselves into those conversations.
They are. Okay. They are there.
But they are in the conversation.
Yeah,
now.
We expect them to be title contenders. Yes, we expect them to be title contenders every year. But that's as good as it gets.